All right, so I wanted to talk about some controversy that happened this morning in Fortnite. So this is a bit of a news update, and most of you probably aren't aware of this because it happened so quick, and then Fortnite was so fast to remove it. So this has to do with the block, and if you're not familiar with what the block is, that's the user submitted, meaning anyone can create it. It goes to Epic, they review them, they pick one, and every week they display it for you to land it. It's a point of interest on the map where you can showcase your creative work. Now, as you can see here, right now, we have Ginger J's block, and this has been in rotation for a week now. So today was supposed to be the new updated block. Someone else was supposed to have a chance in the live game. And in fact, they did. And that's the whole point of this story, which is what I'm going to explain to you in just a second. But real quick, I just wanted to point out, the block has a secret chest. And I did a video about this, but every single block has this legendary chest. So it spawns every single match in the same spot every single time in one of these blocks. And here is where Ginger J's is, for example. Now, I only mention this because sometimes the blocks are terrible. I don't mind this one, Ginger J's. This is pretty good. There's a lot of wood here, but some of them are pretty bad. They'll have very few chest spawns and no materials, and it's just like a maze in some of them. But sometimes they can be full of chests, full of loot, and full of materials. But even then, a lot of people don't land here. So now let me talk about what happened this morning. Now, like I said, today was supposed to be the new rotation for another user's block area to be displayed in Fortnite. So I'm not sure how long it was actually in the game. I didn't get to see it myself because it was removed by the time I jumped on. But the creator's name is Fury. Fury Leaks. He's actually, I guess, a leaker in the Fortnite community, and his got picked. So I'm going to show his video because he did a tour on his Twitter. I'm going to use that video, and we're going to take a look at what it looked like and what caused so much controversy. So of course, credit goes to Fury Leaks. I'll link his Twitter in the description. So this was live in-game for a brief period this morning. Now again, this does come from Twitter, so the quality isn't up to par. So hopefully it's still viewable. But as you can see here, he showcases the outside. It's basically like a giant mansion. It's got some ivy on it. It doesn't look like it's much more than that. It's just a huge building. So he takes us through the front door, and this is what I would describe as a bad block. Because right off the bat, I see no chest spawns anywhere. And it's got this dreary, dungeony look to it. I don't really know how to explain it other than like that, a dungeon. But as you're gonna see here, we're gonna get dark real quick. So there's quite a few prisoner cells, and you can see this guy is actually locked in one, but there's a TV in there with a bed, just like a prison cell. But when he turns around, you can see a little teddy bear satanic ritual thing. And that's not the controversial part. But on Twitter, I did see some people get bent out of shape about that. They said it was satanic, and I don't know, maybe it was just a teddy bear, some kind of obscure reference he was doing. But as we move on past these barricades, why would there be barricades down here? Well, you'll see in just a second. So he hops over these, hops over this, and lo and behold, there is a player suspended in midair. She was hanged. And you can clearly see the tipped over chair. I don't know how he did this. You can't put a noose via creative mode, so he did something better, I guess. Somehow he displayed this person in suspended animation above to make it look like she was hanged. And by the way, it is hanged. I know it sounds stupid, but look it up. It's not hung. When you reference someone getting killed by a noose like that, it's always hanged. But you can see she used the chair to prop herself up. She put the noose on, and that's all she wrote. Now, in the actual game this morning, the girl in suspended animation was not there. The tipped over chair was, and that rope above was as well. So that body wasn't actually there. But I guess a lot of people complained to Epic right away saying, hey, look, you've got a suicidal event in the bottom of this new block. So then they immediately took it out of the game and replaced it with Ginger J's again. Now this was posted to Reddit. This is the screenshot that was displayed, and people were back and forth arguing left and right about this. So again, this is how it looked in the actual game. There was no body up there. It was just the chair and the rope. And people were arguing with each other saying that doesn't display a suicide. That's just a tipped over chair and a rope. So that's when someone linked the actual creator's video, the one that I showed you with that suspended body in midair. So clearly that was his intention. He was displaying a suicidal event. And of course, Fortnite is anchored towards kids, so they don't want anyone to see any of that Mickey Mouse bull squash. So that's why they immediately removed it. And of course, I agree with that. That should not be in the game. You don't want anyone getting any ideas. I mean, there's enough depressed people in the world. You don't want to fuel their flames, so to speak. And in fact, if you ever think about doing such a thing, you need to reach out to someone immediately. Even if it's me, send me a message, I'll talk to you. So if you can hear me now, I'm reaching out just to let you know you're not alone, all right? So don't do it. So that's what happened this morning. And that begs the question, do the Epic employees actually look at these block submissions before they put them in the game? But again, like I said, that suspended body wasn't actually there. I don't know how he made it appear like that in his video. I don't know if you can do that in creative or what, but that was not there in the real game. So I guess you can cut Epic Games a little slack there because they would have just seen the tipped over chair and the rope. And like I said, you can't make a noose in creative mode, so it's just a rope up in the air. But let me know in the comments, do you think his block submission should have been removed? Would you want that in this game? Like I said, I for one didn't care for that very much. And the fact that he may have had a satanic teddy bear ritual going on as well, I don't know. But then there were a bunch of people on Reddit saying that this was the best block ever. But from what I've seen, like I said, it looked terrible. I didn't see a single chest spawn. There weren't many materials. But again, we only got a little bit of a glimpse of it. But you should have seen the comments. I mean, people were saying, this is the best block ever. Why would you take this out? And they were just up in arms over the removal of this. So I don't know. That's the discussion I wanted to have with you guys. Did you think this should be removed? Or would you just rather it stay in the game? Maybe tomorrow they'll rotate another block in there. But as for now, we're stuck with Ginger J. And no offense to Ginger J, it's a good block. But I just thought that that was interesting that they took it out right away once they realized what was in the basement of this new block. But I can totally see their point because so many young people play this game and you don't want to be a bad influence on anyone. So again, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Was it right to remove it, or should they have just left it? Or did you even know about this? Did you actually play this guy's block? And if so, let me know if it was any good. Because like I said, people were crazed about it. And from what I've seen, it was pretty doo-doo. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, definitely enjoy going to these block areas. If nothing else, you at least have a chance to get that legendary chest.